Guys, I got something to tell y'all. On Wikipedia, it says that Jonathan Kuminga was born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but I have footage here that actually says otherwise. Let's roll the tape, and I'll show you what I mean.
It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Kaminga is a monster created by the Warriors' upper management. All jokes aside here, this dude is really a monster, and today we'll go all into that. First of all, did y'all see the dunk he made in Santa Cruz the other day? If not, let me show you. Alright, so Kaminga just stole the ball right here.
Hey, oh, here we go. Oh, we're not gonna...
It took some time for Kaminga to gather and get in control, and as he was doing that, a guard from the South Bay Lakers got in position to block the lane. But Kaminga didn't care one bit. All he saw was the rim, and this happened.
That's not gonna stop him!
Sheesh, guys. The defender probably saw the look in Kaminga's eyes and wanted no part of that. I mean, let's take a look at that again.
That's not gonna stop him!
That's not gonna stop him.
It looks to me like Kaminga wanted to show this dude who the real double O was. Anyway, moving on here. Although he is still very raw and has lots of areas to improve in that specific game, Kuminga went off for 27 points on 50% shooting from the floor and 50% shooting from three-point range. The great thing about him being raw in his situation, I mean, he's surrounded by champions left, right, and center, and although he may not get that many minutes this year, he's learning what it takes to be the best of the best. Steve Kerr recently commented, Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they're all really good mentors, and they've all sort of taken JK under their wings and tried to help him along. That's what it takes because, like I said, there's so much for these guys to learn. We have a very unique situation. It's very rare that the 7th pick in the draft goes to the team with the best record in the NBA. The flip side of him not playing as much as his colleagues who were drafted near him is he's learning in a winning environment, and there's a lot of pluses in that regard. Anyway, he was recently called from the G League to provide some fresh energy for Golden State, and Steve Kerr inserted him to play in that Orlando Magic game where he showed once again just how much of a monster he is. Let me show you this play. Jordan Poole is making a play towards the basket, and here's Kaminga in the corner. Watch what happens. That was a vicious putback dunk. I mean, look how high he got. Let me actually show you all a better angle of this.
Is that a missed shot? You could do that.
Sheesh. Guys, this guy's head is practically at rim level. The best part about this play actually are the reactions. Let me show you all what I mean.
Just chilled out in the air for a little bit. Yeesh.
Look at Otto Porter and Looney there in the background. They really look like they just saw Frankenstein coming alive. And it's not over yet.
Where are you at?
Check out Andrew Wiggins here. He looks like he's just absolutely disgusted out of his mind. For someone who's been watching every single Warriors game, I don't think I've ever seen Wiggins' face do that before. Anyway, Kuminga's athleticism is out of this world. Steve Kerr commented on it and said, he's got that sort of shocking athleticism that's rare, even in the NBA where there's so many great athletes. JK stands out. There's just a rudeness to his burst, whether it's catching and going or he had that tip dunk where his head was next to the rim. It's true, every player in the NBA is really athletic, but Kuminga is a monster among monsters. Let's take a look at just one more play here. Here's Kuminga with the ball on the perimeter. He's being guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. In case y'all don't know who Wendell Carter is, he's a 22-year-old 6'10" beast who weighs 270 pounds. And according to Ranker.com, out of the 450-ish players in the NBA, Wendell Carter is the 14th heaviest player currently, but look how Kaminga just muscles him up and does a tornado spin.
Damian Lee, Jordan Poole, and Kaminga. Guys it down. That is what...
Sheesh, guys. Although Kaminga didn't make the basket, that's a beast move against literally one of the biggest dudes in the league. Just imagine once Kaminga refines his skills just a bit. He could really well be Giannis 2.0 in the making. Because let's not forget, Kaminga is only 19 years old at the moment. As he gets older, and perhaps a little bit bigger and taller, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing him do these more often, similar to this guy here.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Then perhaps we'll start seeing Kaminga do some of these as well.
But, you know, Contavious, oh my God.
The comparisons really are there currently. I mean, according to former Bucks general manager John Hammond, Giannis was only 6'8.5" when he was first drafted and grew to 6'11" by the end of his rookie year. Kuminga, on the other hand, has all the nutritional experts in the world at Chase Center, and he's working hard on his body day in and day out. So, although it's a bit of a long shot, it is possible that he can grow from 6'7.5" to either 6'9" or maybe 6'10" by the end of the year. Oh my goodness, guys. If Kaminga gets to 6'9" or 6'10" and trains his shooting skills really hard alongside the Splash Brothers and perhaps masters some basic footwork from Dejan Milojevic, he really might become something we've never seen before. Anyway, guys, moving on here from one monster to another, let's talk about James Wiseman a bit. The 2020 number 2 overall pick has been missing in action all season so far, and he'll probably be back sometime in the month of January. Still though, although we haven't seen him being in action, this man is going to be a beast of a beast.
Basketball IQ, he's got 3 fouls.
There is that counter.
Spins on Batum, up high. What?
I mean, standing 7 feet with a 7'6" wingspan and a max vertical of over 12 feet, he's going to be a complete menace. Klay Thompson recently said of the Warriors' young center, "We haven't had a center like him in a long time who can run the floor and stretch the spacing vertically. He is the future of our franchising along with JK and Moses. One day we'll hand them the keys. Enjoy being a Warriors because we play in a great place in San Francisco, and having the fan base we do with the fans in Oakland, South Bay to the north, it's special, and it wasn't always like this. I just try to remind him that he's going to carry the torch one day." I know it's old news that Wiseman is training with Dejan Milojevic, but this trainer really does produce monsters. I mean, Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets and Ivica Zubac of the Clippers. If Milojevic could turn these 2 second-round picks into double-double machines, and in Jokic's case, an MVP, I can't imagine what he'll turn James Wiseman into. A little while ago, this was what the Warriors' assistant coach said. "My first goal is to just have him fit in with Golden State. He's in a different situation than some rookies because he's palsy with several superstars. I think it's a blessing for him. Maybe he's not going to have as many shots as he would if he's on a less competitive team, but I think it's very beneficial for him. He's going to learn how to play with one of the best players ever." Milojevic further added, "When we talk about developing a player, there is a part where you learn skills, but there is a more important part where you work on decision-making on the court. You're watching videos, analyzing films, explaining you should do this, you should do that. This part is even more important than that part of learning how to dribble and shoot." And he ended his talk with, "Our goal with James is that he becomes a real part of Golden State and the future." Sheesh. Guys, those are big words. I can't wait till I see this dude back on the floor. Anyway, I want to steer the conversation back to Klay Thompson a bit. Did y'all know that the NBA is absolutely terrified of the return of Klay, and some teams are even quivering in their boots after seeing his recent G League debut? If you're wondering what I'm talking about, then click right here, where I go over just how deadly the Warriors are gonna be once Klay Thompson is back on the court. It's an insane video, guys, that I'm sure you'll want to watch. So click it, watch it, and just like always, I'll be on the other side.